And we are back. 9 years ago, our next guest found himself at a crossroads, incarcerated and facing profound questions about his future. Now, through introspection and some self reflection, he unearthed a calling to make a difference in the lives of others. Joining me now is motivational speaker and also a credible messenger. We got Chris Lee with us. And Chris, thank you so much for being with us, brother.
Thank you for having me. Great morning.
Great morning. Congratulations to you, man. I mean, for you, you're very real and raw about what it is. You've had a life where things weren't necessarily going the right way, but then you've been able to turn it around. So for yourself now to become going from one who's incarcerated to becoming a credible messenger, what's that journey been like for you?
To be honest, it's been surreal. The ability to take things from one extreme to the next. I grew up in an environment where I gave way to peer pressure, felt like I needed to be socially accepted, so I made a lot of bad decisions and/or mistakes, and found myself incarcerated at a young age, from 17 to 33. And while being incarcerated, you get to a place where you're saying, this isn't something that I can continue. So what is it that I'm going to be able to do, not only to be able to go back home, but to remain there? So I got involved in a lot of different programs, one being I was in a barber program. So I had an opportunity to connect with other individuals, and I built a level of confidence in being able to ask certain types of questions. Then I began to take part in a program such as public speaking. Then I went on to join a program called YAP, where I dealt with inner city youth. And that was life altering for me. So I said, you know what? I can do this here. I'll go to society and be even better, because I wanted people to learn from my decision making and avoid things that I couldn't.
Right. For yourself, give me a sense of when the light really came on for you during your incarceration. Was it in the beginning? Was it in the middle? Was it towards the end?
Initially being incarcerated, your first thought is wanting to go home. The reality is that you have to go through the process, as I did in going to trial, being found guilty by a jury of my peers to 4 out of 6 charges that I had. And then you get to a place to where you're kind of stalled because you have so much time. So I was sentenced to 13 years in prison at 23 years of age. And you don't know what later is going to look like. It's almost impossible to believe that later is going to come. And then you sit down long enough and you realize, you know what? I can't continue to live like this. So in the middle of my sentence, I got to a place to where I wanted to do something different. And I asked myself 3 questions. Did I want to go home? Did I want to stay home? And did I know what it was going to take for me to be able to stay home? And from there, things just started to happen. I started to attend college. As I mentioned, the programs I took part in, I became part of a theater program. I made it out.
We use the word credible messenger sometimes when we talk about persons who've come out of incarceration, to be able to go back and talk to the community, to be those credible messengers, people who've been there, done that, and literally got a T-shirt. That's your testimony. Talk to me about how does it feel being that credible messenger to young people, to others, to give them an inside view as to what incarcerated life looks like, but then also to show the whole turnaround. That's got to be a great feeling for you.
Absolutely, it's awesome. Every single day, as well, right now I'm actually at work. I'm employed as an engagement team member slash mentor slash facilitator at Bronx Lab High School in the Bronx. And I'm able to connect with I have a classroom of about 8 young men that range from the ages of 15 to about 17. And they're on the high risk spectrum, to where they've already been introduced to the legal system illegally. They've been incarcerated. Some of them are on probation. And I'm able to give them my testimony. I'm able to give them my story because I see myself in them. So it's been awesome, because although I cannot change every single young person I come in contact with, a lot of them are picking up on the things that I'm able to give them. So I feel like I'm doing my part. Before I had this position, I was also employed at a nonprofit organization called SOS Bronx, where I was able to be inside of the communities, inside of the housing projects in the Bronx, and walk the streets and talk to the youth, interact with the elders in the community. And I myself have also, along with the assistance of my community in Harlem, have put together several back-to-school drives, pizza parties for the end of the year, Thanksgiving giveaways, and things of that nature. So it's been awesome. As my shirt says, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. In your talking to young people, you're telling them stories. You're telling them stories about your experience, stuff, and things that have gone on. Um, Give me a little bit about that power of storytelling, what that actually means, how that translates into the lives of people who actually are able to hear your story. Talk to me about that.
So for starters, perception is more important than the truth. So upon seeing me, for one, they can't believe that I'm my age, right? I'm 37 years of age. Thank God I've made it this far. They can't believe that. And then it's like, you did how much time in prison? 15 and a half years to be exact. So upon expressing that and then getting into the stories about how I found myself in those situations, they sit there because we live in a world where a lot of people, not just this generation, a lot of people have short attention spans. And unless there's something of interest that's being said, they're not trying to hear that. So once you're engaging in a story about something that's transpired for you and what you've gone through, they're locked in and they have tons of questions after I'm finished. So it works. It's definitely working. It's been working.
I know that you do a lot of question and answer sessions with the young people too, and I know it's just like common conversation. But I know you also were a barber, and when you sit
Yes.
in that barber's chair, we know a lot of
Yeah.
conversations flow. So talk to me
Yeah.
about how that barber chair experience helped also to parlay to where you are today too.
I learned the terminology. I'm not too sure where this came from. Don't quote me on. A shout out to the person that created it. It was. They said barber is like a bartender, right? You go to the bar. Sometimes you have issues in life, and you're going through things, and pour me a shot, and you begin to talking. So I've learned as a barber that people are more prone to being open to their troubles and their strifes and things that they go through, and they're in need of someone to be able to help them. Because while you're transforming their appearance, you're also there to take into consideration what they're dealing with. And to be honest, I started barbering as just a program. I did not know how to cut hair. And fortunately enough, the first person I had in my chair was someone I was familiar with, was a brother of mine, and he walked me through and said, "Yo, this is how you do it. You do this." Um, and then I learned from there, and it became second nature. You get the confidence because you feel like you're making a difference. And I learned that my purpose in life is to help others. So while I'm transforming your shape up, or getting you to look more presentable physically, I'm able to hear you out because everybody in this world needs to be heard, and a lot of times that's not the case.
Yeah, my barber Denny Moe down there in Harlem has a popular
Ah,
saying. Yeah, you know Denny Moe, of course.
yeah, I'm familiar. My man Jay Out used to work there, one of my barbers. Yeah,
Okay, but Denny Moe used to say he said my barber chair is my pulpit, man. That's where I get to preach to people, talk to people, counsel
Absolutely,
people, do that.
absolutely,
And
absolutely,
and there's something special about that chair.
absolutely. Definitely is. You can talk sports. You can talk whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you, what do you want people to take away from your life experience, from your from the journey that you've been on, as you talk to people, educate them? What do you want them to take away?
That you're going to go through things. The age doesn't matter, right? We're all separated and connected at the same time as individuals by decision making. Doesn't matter whether or not you're a child or an adult. You're going to be provided with an opportunity to make a choice, and what you do with that is solely up to you. A lot of times, you grow up in environments, as I did, and that was impoverished. There was a lot of crime around, and of course, there's this idea that you can make a choice and not partake. And a lot of times, that's not the case. So fortunately for me, I made some bad decisions. I made some mistakes. I've learned from them, and I want nothing more than other people to realize that you're not your decision. You're not your mistake. As long as you don't give up and you stay brave, continue to like yourself, love yourself, and respect yourself, and
Yeah.
protect your energy always too.
I got about 30 seconds left, but I know that you've done a great job of creating opportunities for other people. Real quickly, talk about how you've done that.
Well, having the opportunity to um, get involved within the community, as far as back to school drives, going around being able to collect money for school supplies and things of that nature. Other people, they then watch what you're doing and they actually step up. So real quick, so I actually had the opportunity that was presented to me by a friend to invest in Black Sea watermelons, which is very scarce in our neighborhood, and now that's turned into an actual juice bar. You can find that located on 144th and Amsterdam Avenue at 1705 Amsterdam Avenue. Watermelon World Juices,
All right.
where we as individuals provide the opportunity to sell the best watermelon juice in the world and give opportunities to the youth and other individuals that are in need of a job.
All right, well, next time I'm heading to Riverside Drive, I got to stop through. All right.
I appreciate you.
All right, now,
Appreciate
listen, good to have you, Chris, and congratulations on your
Great to
life
be here.
transformation. Keep doing the great work, man.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Protection is yours.
Hey, all right now. For more information, visit his website at christopherlee.com.